Buy the dip. Bottom wicks. So yeah. Meta continues to put on a distribution pattern. Yesterday was phenomenal, although they're right back up to the highs for the 15th test of 716, which is not looking good. And 718 still remains my stop. So once they get over 718, I'm out, and it appears they're going to do that pretty quickly today. Simply because they've attacked it so many times, even though they keep selling off of it. If they keep reattacking it, eventually it's just going to go. Nasdaq is 21,900, creeping back up. If you look on the larger time frame charts, we are up against a little bit of resistance and a pretty decent trend line. So we'll see if that plays out. If I had to glance at something repetitively today, I'd say take a look at the VIX. The VIX is hanging on, like I said, lower 15s, upper 14s, but this is the point where it's been bouncing a lot. It was incredibly low considering the rest of the market. 100%, 100%. VIX is low. IV has gone from 27% down to about 20%. And even Spot Gamma has talked about the fact that there's very little juice into the market right now, despite the fact that we are carrying a lot of risk. A lot of headline risk, a lot of geopolitical risk, a lot of economic risk, etc., etc. And they also went on to talk about the fact is that these leveraged moves in the market was causing these erroneous reactions. That's could lead to a problem, which they've really been talking about that since 2021 when the option chain went crazy, is the fact that these leverage moves with the products such as options can cause overreactions, which could lead a pretty aggressive move one way or the other one day once it unravels, the unraveling. So yeah. What's up, Maddie? Good morning. So right out of the gate, there's the market open. We have put, buying, call, nothing right here. I'm going to trade some debit spreads that kept at this low IV. Beautiful. Options are on sale. At the money positions right now for SPX is right at $11, $12. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. We have 21 mil in calls, 130 mil in puts. Very, very weak sauce. Very weak sauce. Liquidity is up to 6150 and change. We do have some down here to 6068 with a 1700 green CVD. VIX still plunging 1497. NASDAQ just wiped out their top liquidity. They've got 22,000 and then, of course, 825. Overall, though, we're not talking about a lot of movement so far. Right here. 6115, we have NASDAQ is coming 935 over the prior pivot. Nice green engulfing so far. And then their main target here is 966 for NASDAQ. That'll be their prior pivot, and it'll be the little trend line reduction there too. So XLF dropping, large red on the banks. TLT here is 89.26, so they're not moving at all. In fact, if you go back and look at their chart, they've hardly moved at all since early December, mid-December. Back and forth in the upper 80s here, which is fine. I'll take a little stability there. 61.15 still going. So something a little different this morning, it appears, as opposed to the prior sessions, which is a very green open. So all this week we've been experiencing some pretty red opens, followed by green afternoons. This morning we're getting a green open. Maybe it flips the script on us, which is what non-farm payroll is known for. Non-farm payroll loves to whipsaw us and dump a roni. SPY is currently 6.0. So why did I just bring that out? Coming in S2. 22,000 NASDAQ, which is 60 points higher. Am I going to continue to hold my meta puts? Nope, I'm closing them out. So once a setup breaks down, I think meta. I think if it closes green today, it'll be like 17 green days in a row or something like that, which is a new record. So pretty phenomenal. But what's up, Corey? Good morning. Good morning. 61.15. We have 20%. Amazon shares tanked last night on earnings. They have since reclaimed a lot of that green. Surprise, surprise. They actually dropped all the way down into the 221 mark and then have bounced pretty much back up. They're about 2% off the close. Nope, do not give me Rolling Stones. I'd rather listen to kittens get run over by a steamroller than Rolling Stones. I keep getting wrecked on meta puts. I think it's crazy overvalued. Yeah, it's been very much on a heater. I just took my first put on it, and obviously it's not going well. But you know, it presented signs, and obviously it's something's going on with it that's causing it to just go up every day. That's fine. Been trading for 4 years up and down, zero consistency, zero profits. Yesterday I blew my account, and I'm feeling devastated. Any advice or recommendation? I've been there, buddy. I've been there. You know, I've smoked my account. I've taken some exorbitantly large losses in my day. But it's really, that is depending on you. You know, what are your goals? What style of trader are you? What were you doing to blow up your account? Do you have a great ability for introspection and learning from your mistakes? If you're gambling with high positions, high risky positions, with not really a good system, then you've got a lot of work to do. So it really depends on where you are in your career. You've been doing this for 4 years. We're coming out of the biggest bull market in history, and now we're getting into a little bit choppier phase, which is going to require a shift in theory and a shift in strategery. My advice for you is learn from your mistakes. You need to be very, very constructively critical on yourself. Not unnecessarily critical, but constructively critical on yourself. Take notes, and then take a break. You know, write down everything you did wrong, and then take a break. A month, 2 months, 3 months. Come back in the summertime. 4 years, whichever it is. Just take a break. Just kind of reset your emotions, and then tiptoe back in, and learn from your mistakes and see if you can adjust. Beyond that, I would have to know, exactly what you did wrong. But yeah, when I blew up my account, I told myself I would never do that again, and to this day, I've stuck by that rule. I've never once overpositioned to that degree, at least. I've never full ported, and I've never touched biotech stocks ever again. We are back to only stocks go up, I see. Yeah. But, zoom out to the longer time frames. Position sizing and risk management, simple but hard to do. My one recommendation from a financial advice perspective, which this is financial advice, is that when you do ante back up and get back into the game, develop a long-term portfolio first. So before you start day trading scalp again, open up a separate account and buy a stock. I would prefer SPY, VOO, any kind of S&P related stock, whichever you choose. Buy one share at least, if not more, if you can afford it, and then start day trading. I think it's very, very important to have a long-term portfolio with holdings before you start day trading, or in addition to your day trading, if you can afford it. Full port biotech penny stocks. Yeah. That was a great time, man. Great time. Man, I've literally, since 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, I watched my meta put go from almost break even to demolished because of these crazy moves. I mean, not only is meta going green, but it's moving like 2% in hours. It's crazy. Big moves. Risky play. This month's TV Leap trading competition is full of full port trades. It started on Monday, and the top 6 traders have made over $1 million. Yeah, that's why you get into competitions like that. It's you're gonna get that stuff. It's wild that people ignore the secret of small size and strict risk management. Getting quick isn't enough. Everyone wants to get rich now. Yeah, and that's that. I mean that's human nature, man. In anything in life, anything you name it, that's human nature. They want it now. JG Wentworth. That's everybody. Everybody's motto is JG Wentworth. So, and they don't want to put in the grind. The secret to fitness is consistency. The secret to trading is consistency. The secret to success, consistency. Business, consistency. Being a good father, consistency. Mother, consistency, etc. But people don't want to hear that. They want, hey, I'm going to full port everything into a 20 point outside the money SPX contract at 5 minutes before market close and try to 10,000 exit. But, whatever. What do I know? What's up, KC? Is TLT a better buy than SPY this year? Depends on your age. If I were to recommend, I would never recommend anything over the S&P from a long-term perspective. S&P is the GOAT. But this year is a good idea to start buying some TLT at least, or at least pause your SPY if you are in a later stage of your life and investing career. Can I just get a USAID contract and call it a day? There you go. Random people posting videos of them getting super lucky like they did on GameStop or crypto. I just got super lucky, put 10 grand in and made $1 million. Yep. I feel you, man. I had a guy I work with made a killing on GameStop, like an extraordinary amount of money. And yeah, he was the only one I knew who did it. NASDAQ blasted up to 950. They're probably going to 22,000. How's he doing now? He got out of the military pretty quickly. I haven't talked to him in many years. So, I know last I checked, I think he was, I don't know, I don't remember what he was doing. It's been a while. For the jabroni who blew his account, I've blown my account several times. $40,000 and $90,000 losses in 20 and 21. Took half a year off, chilled in this Discord, learned more and reset, and then became profitable. Going on 2 years. Year 1 profits 23 weren't exciting because I was recovering what I lost and getting used to everything again, but green is green. I was practicing a system. 24 was way better, even with a few hiccups getting into futures trading, which I ended up enjoying more than I thought and made more. Yep. Yep. All right, climbing up. Super bullish. Very, very bullish open here to 943. So not the open we've been seeing this week. Just rallying right now. NASDAQ is more bullish. We have aggressive put buying and call buying today. So once again, that stays the same. The options activity stays the same. Aggressive action on both sides of the tape. So the 0DT activity has been very robust. Although if you look at the 4-hour chart on ES, it's been very wicky on the 4-hour. Not a lot of great stuff, but the option chain has been very robust. I wish I could pick up, my brain and put it inside y'all's skull for like 20 seconds, or anyone else who's achieved any kind of success. Not saying I'm great or anything, but I've been able to hack out a decent trading career. There's definitely people way better than I am. But if you could experience the lessons learned and the pride and satisfaction you get from slow and consistency instead of trying to hit a home run, because that shows you've got a system, and then you can trust it. It's like when you finally meet a girl or a guy, whatever, and you finally hey, I can trust this person, and then you can completely let go. That's with your system. When you can finally trust your ability, it's a great feeling. Because when you hit it out of the park and make a bunch of money on one trade, it's just get quick rich. It's great stuff. It's great stuff. NASDAQ still wants that 22,000. What time is it? It is 9:45. In terms of data today, we have Michigan consumer sentiment at the top of the hour. Very, very green open. $877 cash now, baby. Yeah. NVIDIA put. NVIDIA's hanging out at 130 right now. VIX down to 1493. I changed my approach to only single setup this week. Trade nothing else. I have structured settlement. When you have a structured settlement, but you need cash now. I changed my approach to only single setup this week. Trade nothing else. 1 to 2 trades in the morning. Up 7K for the week. Nice, D-Master. Beautiful, buddy. Beautiful. Liquidity down to 912. $61.20. Man, what a freaking week. Stranglehold on the order book. 61.20. NASDAQ is here. It's crazy JG's still around. Yep. Straight green open, not a single red move so far. Still going. Option chain is still balanced between calls and puts. What is that stock? OKLO stock. Going bonkers. VIX still rolling off, 1489. Going down. Liquidity's gone at 900. That's twice they've put it on and taken it off. ES has a very light book this morning. most of which is up higher from 61.30 up to 61.43. Still going green, baby. Still going green. A sea of green this week, although very slow and choppy. Everything has been bottom wicked. TLT's going on sale today. 89, baby. 89. This market's like a tennis ball at a swimming pool. You can push on there, it keeps coming back up. Yep. So 61.30 coming up. New all-time high for Meta. ES is coming up to 61.20, which 6,200 is coming out right here. All right. $61.21 right there. We have data in 9 minutes. Michigan consumer. Still going. Still going. Been out the last several days for an audit, but my drive home yesterday I was on the Sean Ryan with Lindy Wee. Yeah. He's had some fantastic episodes the past couple of weeks, man. Fantastic. Sell some eggs and retire comfortably. Hey, I'm about to get 50 egg chickens, so yeah, we're about to accumulate some generational wealth. $61.30 still going. VIX still rolling off. $14.79. Going. Broke above the prior high we've been at for 2 days and still going, of course. They're still buying an obscene amount of puts. $650 million worth of puts. But they're also buying calls. $520 million of calls. Right, yeah. 21. Make sure your pen's very secure. 2 rows of electric wire on the bottom, 2 in top. Lost a whole flock, 30 to foxes. Yeah. Can I see the strikes? I cannot. I can see the expiration, but not the strikes. Man, this is still going. Wow. What do you think about all the news coming out of U.S. aid? It's sickening, man. It's sickening. It's sickening. I mean, y'all know how I feel about taxes and government, but it's sickening. I don't know of a better word. 6122. That was the idea. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, I have to build a chicken coop between now and when we get the chickens, which is in like 6 weeks, and I still have to, wrap up a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna do just kind of a quick chicken coop for this year until the summertime, and I'll build a semi-permanent one at least. 50 chickens is a crap load. Neighbor has 13 and can't give his eggs away. Yeah. Well, we have a lot of people wanting eggs, and we're getting 25 for each kid for 4-H. That's why we're doing 50. So, USA does serve a purpose. Foreign aid and just giving away. It's buying intelligence. It's sort of. Well, it's one of those things, man. Well, and I don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole, but something that may or may not have started with good intentions, or may have some good intentions, is completely destroyed by fraud, waste, and abuse. It's just terrible. All right, data in 3 minutes. No trades for me yet. Fed talk expectations? Yeah. They did just rate eggs yesterday here in North Indiana. Last week was $4 a dozen. Yeah. On the 5 minutes so far, every single candle has initiated red and then finished green. So they're doing the same thing they've been doing. Nothing changed. The algorithms are still the same. All the liquidity's higher here, 61.25, 61.30, coming up here. Yeah, just really hanging out. Just as easy to take care of 50 as it is 10. Might as well. Heck yeah, that's my thought, baby. Go big or home. So. $61.19 here. VIX down to 1482. There we go, little red. How about Uber calls for earnings on the 27th? IV killed the position into more calls and 30 contract. Maybe retest and bounce on ES from the top of the announcement. Possibly. Possibly. So the prior pivot to look at is the 61.14 on ES. Not that far down. It's only like 3 or 4 points down. Well, 5 points now because they're bottom wicking it. Who would have thought? But yeah, that's one of those ways to cage any kind of chasing action here. Is that if they elect to reverse this, then you don't want to get carried away, especially in the initial nature to bottom wick everything here. And this daily chart, the 4-hour chart, is not my favorite. So Yeah, NASDAQ, nice little pullback. Very nice little pullback. SPY, not so much. XLF is very strong. Most of the X's are very strong. Still going. Pallet Coop and Run wasn't a bad idea. Wasn't bad. Quick build half story bought Coop from Facebook Marketplace that I attached. Nice. I got a bunch of pallets, so I could use that. Not a bad idea. I have a whole crap ton of extra wood though from the build, so Google's getting smashed. Yeah, Google's getting rocked. Amazon tried to get rocked, but they've recovered. Microsoft is hanging out, so tech is starting to just drop just a touch. And yeah, so we'll see. ES is very strong. The first 30 minutes was all green action. Liquidity's gone, and we have data in about 10 seconds, 15 seconds. VIX hanging out. 1.5 billion in puts. Very, very aggressive. Oh, oh, oh. What's going on? Whoa. Wow. All the way undone. Look at that. 1.5 billion in puts. Once again, 1.5 billion in puts. Amazing. Spot Gamma for the dub. Again, Spot Gamma's hero tool this week has been pretty fantastic. Hey, look. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. What are they doing? Surprise, surprise. All the way back up. Gotta love it. 60.95 is liquidity. Consumer sentiment miss. Yeah. Bullish, baby. Bullish. What did Hero say? Hero showed now 1.9 billion in puts, so they're still absolutely just pummeling into puts right there. All the way down. So they took out the 61.14. If they're able to hold this red, which they're already trying to bottom wicket, 6087 is your target. So phenomenal amount of puts coming in, almost 2 billion now, and they're selling calls. Very high volume. Yeah, so there you go. We'll see what we can survive. Balancing act between inflation and recession. 6100 right there. Very high volume on this candle. Very high volume. All liquidity high side has been wiped. They have obviously instantly, they didn't even let this candle fill down. It was instantly bottom wicked, but they're trying to fill it back down here. We'll see. We still have a couple minutes. 6100 your target. I'm sorry, 6088 is going to be your downside target if they can get through there. Microsoft is getting wrecked. On down, dropping. And what can we do, baby? Still dropping. Still dropping. Trying to. Looking for 6088 is your first target right here. Trying to. We have this one little iceberg right here, right at 6095, before they breach Aroni. Coming down. Bottom wick. Can't get through it. I would love some freaking volatility to hold. I would love some volatility to hold. Didn't expect monthly Q puts to print in 20 minutes. There you go. Beautiful. Did any news lead to that drop? Yeah, I mean, it was the Michigan consumer-induced volatility, but the market was positioned for this right here with all those puts rolling in there. Big old bottom wick right there. Forming back up. VIX is still coming up to 1527, so this would fill just nicely. And remember, non-farm payroll is infamous for reversal Roni. Non-farm payroll is well known for this exact price action on down. Large red candles dropping. Large red candles. Let's see, 6093. 6088 is the target. Covered my short too early. Roll the stops, baby. Roll the stops. Down to 6091. Still dropping again. Going down. All the way down. Let's do it. Keep on going. There is 6086 broke the new low, dropping again. And we are smoking it. Smoking it. 6089. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, after that, we're going for 6072. 6072. I just sold at the high, didn't I? My meta put. Didn't I? Dropping back over. Once we get 88, we're going lower. 88 will get us to 71. Man, what a freaking morning. What a freaking morning. Apple's new low, VIX up to 1560. After that, we got 6080. Non-pharma yawn, but this is a big deal. I don't think it was that. I think it was just the culmination of those two things. Beautiful. Beautiful. Locking it up. See you guys Monday. Don't want to give back profits. Heck yeah, baby. Do I trade any options? Yeah, 100%. 100%. In fact, I'm backing away from the prop firms this year, and eventually the goal is to be back to exclusive options, exclusive day trade. Well, not just exclusive options, exclusive personal account, which will include futures. But yeah, so far tofu, beautiful. That's the goal. All the way down. Beautiful. Right here. How many NQ are you going to swing once you do? That's a thought. You know, it's a fun thought. You know, I've worked hard to build up the accounts. You know, I've had to reset a few times. But it's been nice to build up an account. And I don't know. We'll see. Might have a little fun and see if I can get one of these big wins that one of these players do. Every time I try to go big, though, I get smoked. I get smoked. So this is beautiful, Vampire. Now the risk, hopefully, which I don't want to happen. It's great seeing the volatility come in and move it, but I don't want this to have this red move bounce back up and just chill, because then it's just more of the same crap. Like y'all know me, I love volatility. I'm a volatility player. I like it. That's why That's why Wednesday was so fantastic because like things picked up, the big dogs hit and boom, it's off to the buffet. And then yesterday was terrible, and today could be great. If they continue to put on a little pressure here, especially with VIX bottoming out, today could be great. So I was short at 9.55 and got out before the news. I'm crying. I feel you, man. I feel you. But that's news for you. Oh, man, right here. I harvest of IV. There you go, baby. The only right time to trade is when there's volatility. Confidence is higher on setups. I don't know how you have an edge when there's no volatility. Exactly. Which is one of the reasons I don't like this macro chart right now, because things are just pinned. OM likes to shake and bake, baby. If you smell that delicious, crispy aroma, you know it's time to trade. Luckily, my bias speaking, but Friday thesis is who would hold over the weekend in this environment. I mean, it's not a bad bias to have. I mean, the big dogs know this is economically charged and politically charged and tweetly charged, I guess, or Xly charged, whatever. So there is a tweet risk. So far, though, the market hasn't cared. We looked at DeepSeek, we bounced right back up. Equities are higher and VIX is lower than DeepSeek. On down. 6091 dropping again. Coming back off. There we go, baby. There we go, baby. This one's going. NASDAQ has 21712. ES looks there. Hero is still buying puts, selling calls, and they're reattacking 6088. So that's the area. It's not rocket surgery to look at this level. So we've already bounced off of it twice on this move. We bounced off of it at 8:30. We bounced off of it several times going back until Wednesday. So if 688 gives out, the next target's going to be 6080. Zoom out right now to the 30-minute and tell me what happened at 6070 yesterday and the whole week. What happened at 6070? 6070 is the Mac Daddy level for today. They give out 6070, then bears are probably going to control the session. Right here. Keep on going, baby. I have an issue. I have to use the latrines, but I am active at the moment. Nvidia's dropping over 12850. Coming on down, red again. On down to 6075. Still coming off. Nice. Next target, 6070. There we go. NASDAQ's target. Next is going to be 587. Still dropping on down. Let's go, baby. Roll the stop. Come on, baby. They are selling icebergs here. We've got 6075 right there at 8. It's 75 here. It's still a contained move. We're not talking about a huge move so far. It's nice, but hopefully, I know hope, bad word, that this is just the start of some volatility today. VIX is starting to climb, but first we have to get under 6070. This will be the third attempt at 6070. Coming off. Large red. I'm trying to look at ES and NASDAQ at the same time. Yeah. So NASDAQ still coming off. ES is still coming off. Beautiful. We lose at 650, it's gone for the bulls. Yep, here we go, 60.80. That's a 20-point candle right there on ES. On down. $60.80. What's up, DJ? We have liquidity 60.70, which we all know why that's there. It's not a very large amount of liquidity. Heard you munching on the LM's mic. Sorry about that. I get excited. I start chewing on ice. My bad. Not doing any mukbang here, which is weird. I don't know how anybody watches that stuff. Y'all the ones who told me about that. It's crazy. Listen to, like, you know, if I ever end up in hell after I die, like, it'll just be eternity of listening to people eat. I can't do it. Like mouth noises when people eat, like, it automatically turns my, like, makes me ball up my fists. Can't do it. Watching mukbang videos makes me hungry. Not me. Not me. There's a slight divergence between ES and NASDAQ before 10 a.m., given how NASDAQ wasn't climbing when ES was. Is that a sign of the market being poised to drop? Yeah, so divergences are great, especially if everything lines up in favor of the divergence. So in this case, you're right. NASDAQ was giving some back. ES was not. We had an extremely large pivot into puts on down. And then, of course, there's the data and then drop back over. In addition, if you looked at the hero indicator in pre-market, the non-farm payroll event initiated with red. It was a nice little red rollover, and then, of course, they bounced back up. But the whole event and into the event was call selling on hero, like aggressive call selling. For pre-market levels, it was aggressive. And then they dropped it back over, and, of course, they pinned it and then rolled it back up here, and now we have this. All right, I have to mute. I'll be right back. All right, still dropping. Undoing the whole week already. At least they're going to try. I say that, but there's still a long way to go. 60.70. Actually, we're undoing the whole last half of the week. 60.70. If you notice, I want to highlight that level again. We have liquidity here, but also on the charts. It's the support resistance flip from the week. So we used it as resistance many times. Monday, Tuesday, into Wednesday pre-market. We finally broke above it on pre-market, consolidated there, and then moved away from it. And then, of course, that aggressive red move yesterday used it to the tick as support. So we know there's a large amount of liquid sitting at 60.70. We have trapped short sellers and everything and weak buyers at 60.70. So if we come down and attack 60.70, that's going to be pretty much the pivot point to do something. If they overtake it, bearish, baby. If they bounce it, same old, same old. Yeah, buddy. The AMMs are hilariously mean. They just look at them playing with everyone another 4 hour. Yeah. Look at those POCs. Did you do scalping day trading stocks in the past? Yes. So I started out in only exclusively stocks. So yeah, I guess what's his name? The guy that asked the question on YouTube. Camilo Trades. Go back to stocks only. Only stocks. Forget about options and futures until you get a system. So yeah, I started scalping stocks. That was it. And that was a huge move for me because that allowed me to learn a system. I think that is what kept me in the game for so long, because it's not like I snapped my fingers like frickin' Thanos and all of a sudden I was a good trader. It took me years to become consistent, and then after that is when I began to trust to become profitable, where I could actually rely on myself and say, hey, if I actually pay attention and follow my rules, I could actually do this. Maybe not for a living, but I could, I could put together some beer money for the weekend. So it was stocks that allowed me to do that and drive a system and learn and get in all those repetitions. All the stuff that people post on Twitter and YouTube and Reddit, the big thing that people forget about is that the system is not the same day after day, month after month, year after year. You can't use the same exact system and make money for years and years and years because the market changes. Environments change, presidencies change, economic conditions change, wars change, and you've got to be willing to adjust with the times. So that's the crucial thing. And if you are over leveraging, if you're not diversifying your research and your positions, that you're not going to be able to go long term. That's why we've been experiencing some phenomenal market conditions the past 4 years, and things are about to change. So y'all have to roll with the punches. So yeah, I did do stocks. I still invest in stocks. I still buy stocks. I now primarily scalp futures and options, and I'll most likely will reincorporate some high dollar amount stock scalps in the future too. The good thing about stock trades is that you can use a lot larger dollar amounts, a lot more leverage, because the risk of big movement is lower. You're risking like 1% or so, as opposed to all of it, because of an option trade there's the time value of the decay. I mean, back in 2020, 2021, I was scalping stock trades anywhere between $150,000 per trade to $750,000 per trade. Now, my SPX option trade runs anywhere between, $2,000 per trade up to $30,000 per trade. It depends on confidence and swing trades and zero DTs and all that other fun stuff. So I leverage a lot more when I'm doing stocks. Does Trading Ticks provide the same info as Spot? Yes and no. Yes and no. Trading Ticks, in my opinion, there are some deviation in information between the two. I think Spot Gamma tends to be a little bit more accurate. If you're looking for just an interface to look at the data and not read anything or not have it broken down, then Trading Ticks is probably a good product. It's cheap. Spot Gamma does a fantastic job on providing founders notes, information, strikes, and explanations on what everything means. So if you're looking for a higher level analytical tool that's going to teach you, then Spot Gamma is a better tool. Meow, meow, meow. You can also leverage way more with stocks since the dollar swing. Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, that's my point, is that I'm willing to risk a lot more money on a stock trade rather than options, because I can always sell the stock. I'm not really risking a 60% move on stocks. I'm maybe 0.5%, 0.75%. Maybe you should do a video on spot gamma. I am, definitely. In fact, after this week, spot gamma has really shined. There are weeks where it does, it doesn't really add much value, but this week in particular, it's been spot on. Man, I'm hungry. This is retesting the overnight low after breaking below it on ES. Still have those icebergs down lower. Phenomenal. The thing about the hero indicator, just like anything in trading, is that the skew will help drive confidence. The more data is skewed, the more irrefutable it becomes, and thus you can incorporate more confidence into your trades and your system. So if I have everything kind of firing on one cylinder, then I'm going to play towards that side because that increases probabilities. Kind of like if you're playing blackjack with a single deck, and you have to decide if you want to hit on 15, but the deck is cold. Maybe it's in your benefit to hit on 15 because the deck is cold. All the face cards are out. It increases your odds of getting a 4 or a 3. No Diddy? Love it. All right, so we're back to the chop. Back to the chop. 22,000 still on the books. Small caps are beginning to bounce a touch. We still have 6150. Market-based probability lowers the probability of a June cut to 50%. What's the DXY doing on this move? What's the JPY doing? Dollar's been flat too. God, man, there's just nothing. JPY, USD. Launching again, dude. So right on back to it. That's scary. That's what's crazy, man, is that when the USD JPY began to launch back in July, it initiated the big downside move in the markets. And then it fell back over, the markets retreated, or the markets bounced back up. And now it's beginning to rocket again. So chance for Fed to cut rates for June lowered. Yeah, definitely. Inflation expectations are currently hovering at 3% with a slight increase to 3 for the year, 2.7 high horizon. Yeah. Interesting. Well, back to chop. What's the trace got? Let me look at the trace. Tweezers. 15 minutos has a large red engulfing with a doji green that's beginning to drop back over here. Top wick back over. NASDAQ doing the same. We still have these icebergs. We have 2 icebergs here at 6080. So watch for those. They're small, but they're there. So far, the price action is top wicking. After the initial move, though, Microsoft getting pummeled. Apple's down. Right here, 6086. $13 at 10:30 move, yeah. Trying to figure out the next move here. If I even need a next move. S5 is the crap. $10.30 move. Looks like they want that 60-80. Right, meow. S5 appears to be where they want to go. That's going to be the multi-day low. And then, of course, after that, I mean, it's a long way down for weekly lows. I'd be very surprised to see that. But 602.50, 602.60, somewhere in there. We're just back to chopping for now. There we go. There's another red move lower. NASDAQ's coming down. ES is coming down. Just slightly. Just slightly. What was the 10 a.m. candle for? Yeah, non-farm payroll was this morning at 10 a.m. was the Michigan consumer sentiment, which in and of itself is not really a big catalyst. It's just that's what they were waiting on to clear the order book. So we already had non-farm, which is notorious for reversals. And then you had Michigan consumer at top of the hour that led to this little move together. Could have made a low today, but I stick to my rules. It's just nice to know my strategy. Yep. It's not about any one day's profits. It's about the long term. I mean, heck, if you want to think like that, I mean, we could all be millionaires in a week if we just doubled down every single day and hit. But that you do away with risk. You don't account for risk when you think like that. So that's what you need to tell yourself. So anytime you yourself, well, I could have made more if I went bigger, you're not accounting for risk. What if I was wrong? You would have lost 10 times much, especially with option trading, because you know how difficult it is to make money on an option and how easy it is to lose money. playing options is like swimming upstream or peeing into the wind. All the factors are against you. And the higher the IV, the stronger the headwind is in your face. Because you have IV, you've got theta, you've got the deltas, you've got everything going against you, you've got the time value. So no bueno. What's up, Salim? How you doing? Yeah, buddy. Great call out of the put buying of 6 bill before 10 a.m. As an overbought, it's Fridays today, not to book profit on headline. Weekend China market will be up after vacation. There's a lot of headline. Avoid any Black Monday risk. I don't know, man. It'd be interesting. In fact, while we're waiting for this to move lower, let's go take a look at next week's schedule. Reminder: we're coming up on vacation for me, so the second week of March I will be gone on a ski trip. So be aware. I'll still be doing morning streams though, at least truncated, but I'll still be here, just like I always do. I'll be on mountain time. All right, next week. We have a oh man, holy crap. Fed Chair Powell testifies on Tuesday. We have a bunch of FOMC speeches. Wednesday we have CPI. Man, is it already CPI time? I thought we just had CPI. Time's freaking flying. So Tuesday and Wednesday we have Powell testifies. Wednesday we have CPI and the 10-year bond auction. Thursday we have the normal stuff like initial jobless claims and PPI. And then Friday's core retail sales. Coming to Canada land, there's a lot of snow expected. I'd love to. I want to go to Whistler. Yep, going to Vail. Yep. Sleeping like a bear today. There you go. Peeing into the wind. Never done that. Yeah. Yep. ES rising bottom on ticks and bottom wicks on price. Nice. Have I ever skied Alaska? Great food. I haven't. I've heard it was good though. 1.4% of my account on the way down. Awesome trade on NASDAQ. Sold one contract for 21,899. Beautiful. Well done, Damien. Keep it up, buddy. Keep it up. The only place literally I've skied is Vail in Perfect North in Indiana. But I want now that I'm a black diamond skier, like I'm ready to kind of spread my wings and go explore other places. I didn't want to go to other places until I knew how to ski, where I could actually enjoy the place instead of just stay on their bunny slope. Man, we're chopping now. Gold, new record high. They're up 1%. Interesting. Trump says he'll sign an executive order to end paper straws. I'm not going to put that in the news channel. You posted it. I love it. Still going green. Crested Buttes a good place if you're a good skier. Not all black diamonds are created equal. 100%. Yeah. 100%. They're fun though, man. Crested Buttes are beautiful. I'd like to go. Let me know when it gets chocolate milkshakes coming out of water fountains. It's like that scene in Big Daddy? Is that Fruit Punch? So, yeah. How old am I? I am 38. 38. Mr. Deeds? Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I've accomplished a lot. Not, I mean, I've been pretty fortunate too, man. Admittedly, I've had a lot of instances of right place at the right time type of situations that have worked to my benefit. But yeah, I've definitely put in a lot of hard work too. You're not allowed to admit that. Yeah. The speed at which rates come down will be slower with more fogginess. Fed ghouls be speaking now, so be on watch. Be on watch. All poultry markets in New York are shut down after the bird flu detected. So you're not going to have a lot of relief on eggs after what 110 million birds were killed, and now there's going to be more of them. Jeez, I need to get more than 50 chickens. I'm 35. You sound much older with your pilot radio host voice. Nope, nope. You get ragged on if you sound like crap on the radios, so I guess it's kind of a habit. You have to sound cool on the radios. See the guy in New York with food truck that was cooking pigeons? I did not see that. That's a creative way to deal with the pigeon problem in New York, though. That's like something out of Demolition Man, where they're eating rats. Rat burger. That's how you get a terrible call sign. Oh yeah. Did VPA give me a warning for this move, or purely data? No, not. I mean, the lack of volume is telling, but it's hard to derive a bearish thesis from lack of volume because the market typically goes up on lack of volume. For me, it was more of the market awareness was the winner for today. The put flow, the tech getting smoked, the VIX starting to bounce. So that pretty much led that big move lower. The truck said locally sourced. Love it. Love it. Are you allowed to uncomfortable sharing your call sign? Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Call sign jabroni. I wish that was my call sign. Once I'm completely out of that world and like I've got my 214s in hand, I'll tell you a lot more stuff. Nothing top secret though. All open source stuff. Top wicks again. I think this is going to go. They're going to break lower based on this price action on the 5. The 15's a little top wicky, but we still have to close this candle here in a couple minutes. But I mean, we're getting nothing but top wicks here. So yeah, change of character. You have to note the change of character. Bottom wick galore the past couple of weeks. Today's top wick. We'll see. Maybe nothing. Maybe the most likely outcome is just nothing. Just more of this crap. Either way. Plus Goolsby's talking right now. Fed Goolsby. We need to get settling rate on a judicious timetable. ES compression here, 20-point moving. Not sure up or down, but I would guess down. Well, the top wicks say down. I'd like to see a little bit more clarity and volume, but it does appear it wants to break lower. God, what Goolsby. I love it. Call sign Meatloaf. You do anything for love, but you won't do that. NASDAQ 21.7 liquidity. Let's take a look. 15-minute candle just closed, and it is a top wick. We have 21.950 that's been on there all morning. 21.7 is building. It's smaller, but it's building. But we're just kind of pinned for now. We've been pinned for 46 minutes now. So we're just gonna have to try to catch a move here if there's anything to catch. Hero data right now shows a selling of puts, but they're aggressively selling calls. So it's certainly not bullish, but we're kind of straggling right now here that is potentially turning bearish here, even for a secondary leg lower. So 6084 moving down. Again, you need to look for 6070 or 6080 and then 6070 for any kind of move lower. They're definitely not buying calls, though. They're selling the crap out of some calls. I still don't regret that meta put. I just wish I would have bought more time. I wish I would have bought a month out instead of 2 weeks. Fed Goolsby. It is now 10:47. One second. All right, I am back. NVIDIA looks fairly strong. Yeah, up to 130. ES is dead flat, obviously. But I don't know. We'll coast it on here for another 30 minutes or so and wrap up the week. You're going to get that 50 cal for hunting? Yeah. I had... I had a buddy that bought a 50 cal and he found that he couldn't shoot it at any gun range. So the only place he could shoot it at is his friend's land. None of the ranges would let him shoot it. The put wall today is 6050 for SPX. Mess up the backstops real bad. Yeah. That's why I never had any inkling to buy one, because to me it, if I lived out west, like Montana or something like that, and I could shoot 2,000 yards, I'd probably put more of an effort in to buy one. Or if I see the fact that I need to be shooting tanks and the engines out of some government vehicles, then I'll try to buy one. But SPX mounts a 6080. Possibly, yeah. I picked up PSL 54 and I've yet to use it. How are you going to hunt with that? Yeah, I've actually seen a YouTube video of a guy hunt deer with a 50 cal, and it did a lot less damage than I thought it would. When you talk about swing trading SPY, is that only in one direction? No, negative. Whatever opportunity I see. Better to have and not need than need and not have. 100%. Oh, man. Well, no follow-through whatsoever on the red, which is unfortunate. That's okay, though. VIX is trickling all the way back down. ES is still 60.90, 60.94. If they clear over 97, then we're at risk of coming all the way back up to fill the morning high. NASDAQ, if they hold over 798 or so, that's same for them, is that they'll look up to fill the morning high. Mom decided to show up. Have a great weekend. Nice juice box. Give Mama a hug for me. $21,800. Another plane goes down in Alaska. Man, what is going on? Hey, what's happening? Hey, what's happening? What the crap? Get ready for tweets. Get ready for tweets. That came out of nowhere. I don't see tweets. I don't see tweets. What is this? What is this? They're selling the crap out of calls and buying puts. Whoa. Holy smokeronies. Holy smokeronies. What is going on? Booyah. Data aggregation. This is a big volume move. I only get those data aggregation when something happens. What did he tweet? President Trump plans to issue reciprocal tariffs on Friday. That's a news event. I'm posting it. Gah. How's that volatility for me? God, it's crazy. I love it. Holy smokes. Smoking the market again. All the way down, 60.60 dropping. Next target, 60.33 dropping. On down. Getting roasted. That's below S5. Now we're dropping again. 602.36 is going to be 5.99 for ES. I swear. I swear. I love volatility, baby. That's like one word I can't type. Yeah. Golly. I love volatility, man. Brought my 10 puts account just froze. Yeah, especially if you're on like a broker that's obviously got the live feeds coming in. I mean, it'll lock your broker. It'll lock your broker. At least for a couple of seconds. 1.3 billion in sold calls and 2.1 billion in purchased puts. He plans to issue reciprocal tariffs. Oh, all the way back up. Reciprocal tariffs on Friday, and already bounced it back up. You don't want to be on the wrong side of that. That is faux show. I assume he means on China. So that's a bigger conversation to have too. And this goes back to the treasuries, especially since we're going to be positioning the TLT. China is the second largest holder of United States treasuries behind Japan. And China has been diminishing their United States treasury holdings for a couple of years now. And the odds of them just like fire sale dumping everything is pretty low. But if they elect to start doing some economic warfare, our interest rates are going to go back up, and treasuries are going to feel the brunt of it. So that'll be interesting. And exports will cause them to do that. If their exports start to increase by a large margin, they will start to do that. Plus, they want to diversify anyway. But that's our fault. We're the idiots for doing that. We're funding the Red Army. Let's go, baby. 602.62. They just came back up, retested S5, rejected. Wow. Wow. 600. Uh-oh. I don't know who that is. Wow. Dropping again, baby. Where'd you see the tweet? On Twitter? Futures are going nuts on Trade Debate? Yeah. Okay. Just had a guy show up to the old farm. I don't know who it is. I'm watching the cameras. Sorry. Yeah, so crazy stuff. Crazy stuff for show. What do we got? SPY is 602 right here. Dropping back over. Die meta. Oh my gosh. Yeah. He didn't do it on X. He did it on True Social. Yeah. So far, though, just immediately recovering back up. News-related drop. If they retest 6, which would look like S5, that's the point for a possible reshort. Or if they recapture, just another V recovery back up. What Twitter handle are you viewing? Anything on Twitter. I just hit refresh and the first headline I come to. Usually it's either Walter Bloomberg or Unusual Whalesers posting that stuff. Zero Hedge is usually sometimes pretty good on that. All right, here's the next 5-minute algorithm. The next 5-minute algorithm is immediately red. So let's see what they do with that. This is the retest of S5. This is where they need to reject if you want to have hope for a new low. This is where they got to do it right here. Massive bottom wick on volume on oil. Yeah. I'm just waiting to see the giant buy candle come in from out of nowhere. Yeah, as he says, just kidding. Yeah. It's crazy. All right. NVIDIA dumped and then bought it all the way back up. Tech is still just kind of overall rounding, though. Coming on down, baby. A little bit more red. One more drop, please. Yeah. So they are rejecting the support resistance flip. Coming on down, looking at 601.20. So that'll be the next target. And then if, of course, they get that, that's where it's going to be all she wrote. All she wrote. Coming on down again. Accidentally bought more puts and trying to close up my puts from earlier. I've done that before. Yeah, buddy. Everything else is rounding back over. VIX is still climbing. They are still piling into puts and selling calls. So this is still a bearish outlook for now. It's still a bearish outlook for now. Dropping. Yeah, it's wild stuff, baby. And of course, if they take out that low, it's going to be all she wrote. Hands off is good. Yeah, buddy. 21.6 on NASDAQ. ES is coming on down. 6005 will be the next target if we can get it. 6005. ES has got to be able to get under the prior low to get that. Now, so far, it's working well. They just rejected exactly where they should to continue downtrend, which is the prior support resistance. Did I block you? Negative. I would never block you. What'd you get? Perhaps you can add a new channel where this posted. Oh, that's nice. A little Discord bot for news. That would be fantastic. Fantastic. That's quacktastic. 60, here he comes. On down. 6007, dropping back over. What do? Roll your stops, Salim. Roll your stops, buddy. Roll your stops. If we take this out, down we go. He's really fast with news posting. I like it. That's what I want. Oh, nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. Quanto cuesta, though? That's the key. That's the key word. I don't see it. I got to look up the pricing. I like that stuff. Yeah. Anything that makes my job easier and gives you all more value, 100%. Next support for SPX. 60.50 is the primary support, what they just gave out. After that, it's going to be 60-10. 60-10. Sold half, too scared. Hey, that's okay. See money, take money, baby. See money, take money. Num, 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 num. Next on deck is 6,000 for ES. That is 60 points lower. I don't know if it's going to get that. That's a pretty robust level. That would be glorious. Glorious if they took that level. They're consolidating again. Hero indicator, 2 billion in puts, 1.3 billion in sold calls. On down. But it did bounce off 60.50. What do you think of that? That is my last target for this. This is a macro level for me and the last line of defense before it starts eating into the week's gains, which is about 60.30, 6,000. So the beautiful thing I like about this downtrend right now is the fact that it's doing things that it should do for a downtrend. It's bouncing where it should and rejecting where it should on a nice little consolidated downtrend. And we had a news-related dump on a tweet that's not being bought up yet. So if it instantly buys back up and all the way back up, hands off, Manos Arribas, at least for the downside. So now we had a little temporary green, immediately rejected at the prior support resistance, which is a fantastic resource. You could trade those only alone and make money with VPA. That one individual concept, and then go from there. Pay me meow. We have now 4 bottom wicks at 60.55-ish on the 5-minute. See the VIX? Yeah, the VIX is pulling back on the stick and applying full afterburner, baby. All the way up. All the way up. What we got? Full-on recovery so far. Have I seen Step Brothers? I have seen Step Brothers, yeah. Trump announcements are crushing me. I was almost at my profit target for the day, and then the news. Yeah. This thing is moving, dude, so it's it's hard. Do we think it's actually people selling after his tweets or MM's distributing? Well, the market does react to that type of stuff to a certain degree, but we know they're smarter than we are, so they're positioned for this stuff. They know there's a new admin in town. They know it's going to be volatile, so they're going to de-risk themselves when applicable. The song you were whistling reminded me of this scene in there. Yeah, it is that song, "Sweet Child of Mine." 100%, yeah. Kind of has the feel of Maverick breaking Mach 10 and going just a little more. Yeah, that scene was preposterous. Ejecting at Mach 10 and surviving is one of the more ridiculous movie scenes. Rolling Stones are good. You just caught a rogue tune. Man, it's just that what's the dude's name? I forget the guy's name. Mick Jagger. He's just cringe, man. He's like 90 years old. Dude, hang it up. Hang it up. And he wears some questionable clothing. But you hate Creed? Oh, come on, dude. That's hogwash. How can you hate Creed? If you've never like on a nice cool summer afternoon at like 7 o'clock when the sun's going down, 7 p.m., cracked open a nice cold beer and listened to Creed on like as loud a volume as you can get it. I mean, what have you done? It's the best thing ever, dude. I saw a picture of a guy that ejected at 500 knots. The guy was, yeah, I mean, it jacks you up. It's like hitting a brick wall at that speed. So Mach 10, I mean, that's just laughable. I've done worse listening to the Stones. I like it. That's what CCR is for. I can't listen to CCR, man. CCR doesn't relax me. It gets me amped up. Makes me want to charge into battle. I hate the Eagles, man. It's a great movie. What's my workout playlist consist of? I have a lot of different. It really depends. Sometimes I'm blasting worship music. Sometimes I'm blasting 666. Sometimes it's Avenged Sevenfold. Depends. Heck, I've even added some Mexican rap songs to my playlist. I read a an article years ago that said that studies have shown that says listening to just music that you enjoy increases your, I guess, the effect of the usefulness of music. It's not just hard pump music. It's whatever you like listening to will increase the effect of the workout, the benefit of music, I guess. So I was like, heck, after that, I'll listen to anything. If I'm in the mood for it, I'll listen to it. Bottom wick back up here. You've listened to this stream in the gym? Heck yeah, baby. You should listen to this next time you work out. I am scared to click on that. Oh, I'm blasting some Bible worship songs. Hey, man, some of the best workouts I've had is with worship songs. It gets me amped, dude. It gets me amped. What is this? Gaz, I am going to ban you for making me listen to this. I'm going to show that to my kids tonight. You said Mexican rap. Can I interest you in Japanese rap? Yeah. Send me a link. I'll take a listen. Or send me a Spotify link. The only difference is I'm part, I'm part Latin. I'm not part Japanese, so I don't know if I'll have the same attraction to it, but I'll take a listen. I love Hank Hill's take on Christian rock. You're not making Christianity better. You're just making yeah. So I'm very, very, I'm very critical of worship music, because worship music can tend to be lazy. They just put together a cheap song that's got, they mention Jesus in it 50 times, and then they publish it. So I'm harsher on Christian music than anything else because it's my favorite type of music. So it's like you need to put something together good. Like, don't be lazy. Come on now. I felt this way about a lot of Michael W. Smith. Yeah, yeah. Faith Plus One. The Mirror album. Yeah. Eminem, OG Eminem's great. His new stuff is terrible, but it's hard to listen to him after he had brain rot. But yeah, his older stuff is great. What does VPA say on the 5-minute? 5-minute VPA says downside. We're unable to reclaim any kind of higher prices. I mean, the algorithm's the same. Big red, consolidate. Big red, consolidate. So it looks the same. Anything under 60.55, we're just going to transact down another 20 points, and that's it. Did you see Banana Man? Oh my gosh. Creepy nuts. Bling bang bang born. All right, let's see what this is. I'll never get that. Things get stuck in my head and they never leave. I mean, it's been like 15 years and I'm still saying it's a Leo Pleurodon, Charlie. If you know, you know. Give Sabaton a listen. Shred metal to super accurate historical lyrics. No kidding. I'll take a look. Yeah, this is pretty choppy. We're coming up on the end of the stream, though. Interesting. The Last Stand, Stormtroopers. No kidding. I love some war history, so I'll definitely listen to it. That's crazy, Dan. I love it. Man, look at the 5-minute back and forth. Kind of sounds like Avenged Sevenfold a little bit. Maybe with a kind of like a Scottish accent. Interesting. Anyway, what Mexican rap artist am I listening to? I have to go look up the artist. What was it called? Don Arrow. And then I don't know who there's two singers in it. I don't know who the other one is, but he sounds like an Oompa Loompa when he starts singing. Man, this is choppy now. One big move and then stop. One big move and then stop. Got a chumbo. Going green. Uh-oh, is there another tweet? Never heard that. Oh. My kids will get a kick out of that. I'll have to show them that. All right, so we went a good volume inflow there, and a little bit of volatility pick up to 60.86 for a 24-point move back up, and then, of course, they just top-wicked it immediately. I'm not seeing any other additional tweets other than Amazon posted they're deleting DEI from their website. Yeah. Now, does that mean next Friday or this Friday in terms of the tariffs reciprocals? It just says Friday, but today's Friday. $50 points in 8 seconds. Too rich. Yeah. Can't cap me with my no-stop pants down. Yeah. Another top wick right at the support resistance flip. 604 down to 601 maybe would be nice if they recapture. What if they do it right here? You know? How you doing? Another top wick at the same exact place, which is right inside the prior consolidation. So, yeah, very quick moves here. If you don't like quick moves that are not really breaking out, I wouldn't recommend this. It's a Friday sometime in the next 4 years. Yeah. Ain't no final questions here before we wrap up the week. It is coming up on the end of the week here. Top wick back over here. Red candles. They took off that downside liquidity and left on the upside. What's Hero looking like now? Hero, right now, is they're buying back a couple of the calls, and they're not really moving the puts here. So, but it's still grossly skewed towards put buying. What do you make of that liquidity at 60.82? Talk about this little cat right here. Oh, you're talking about this. This right here is just the bid and the ask. That's just the chasing the bid and the ask up there. No additional movement. Does Anna Coling trade on higher time frames, or does she also scalp with VPA? She does. From what I talked to her, she does trade on multiple time frames, but she also trades on the very short time frames too. Stuff that I would never touch. But I don't know if she's changed since then. I'd like to have another conversation with her. Anybody watching the Super Bowl this weekend? Is it this weekend? Who's going to take the gabagoo? Boycotting the Super Bowl. Hate these teams. Tired of watching the Chiefs for like 6 years straight. I put the house on the Chiefs. Taylor Swift undefeated. There you go. Yep. I'm going to full port bet against you. I've been loving the 15-second lately. I still use higher time frames to find the zone I want, but execute on the 15-second. That's intense, bro. That's intense. All the Chiefs fans jump from the Patriots to the Chiefs. They have been eating well for a long time. Yep. I've been, me in terms of sports, I've always thought that the role of the head coach is very much overplayed, overvalued, in terms of running the game. Because look at the Patriots. Do you think Belichick would have done what he did with the Patriots if he didn't have Brady? So I think the head coach's role is to control atmosphere. If he can have a positive atmosphere, that's his role. But yeah, it's interesting to watch the downfall of the Patriots the last 10 years, because I grew up with the Patriots being the big dog back when I cared about football. Can't even tell you the last time I watched a play. Fred candles coming all back down. Looking they're going to test the 60-50. Swift is Pelosi. I took the bet that Kelsey proposes to Swift. She says no one writes a new album. Probably. I subscribe to the theory that the NFL is pushing along the Chiefs. There's way too many coincidences in calls. Yeah. Yeah. How many young QBs floundered when they entered the NFL due to a poor coaching system? Definitely. Definitely. Coming down to 60-53. So still top wicking. The Bears are still controlling the order flow on the options chain. Coming down. 6052 will be the target. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Take care. Go Philly. What's up, Mark? Have a good weekend, buddy. Is the Super Bowl, for our international people, is the Super Bowl big or paid attention to beyond the borders of freedom? People pay attention to it? Yeah? Still kind of tripping off here to 60-53 target, and after that, they are stair-stepping down the trend and looking for 6030 will be the next target. Nice little move lower. 28 points lower, down into 60-55. this for some gabagoo. All right, y'all. Am I usually talking about ES or SPX? Most of the time during the streams, I'm talking about ES. SPX I use for analytical with option chain, but yeah. Anyway, y'all, yeah, fantastic day, man. We had a little volatility sprinkled in with a little boringness there, and it does appear they're going to try to take this thing lower. So watch anybody who has access to the Hero or any other options analytics, watch the put flow because it is still increasing. Watch the VIX, of course. VIX once again bounced off 1415, and up we go. Let me take a look at something here. The big thing, which I think is a win, this morning we talked about watching the VIX. The VIX is down and back inside our target of bouncing. So this is what y'all want to pay attention to. It's right off this area. Yeah, so if you have any further questions, let me know. Hit me up with a DM. Other than that, I will see you all bright and early Monday morning. We'll do our weekly brief this weekend as well, just kind of gauge what's going to happen. But other than that, it should be a pretty fantastic week next week. We have a lot going on. We have CPI, we have JPOW testimony, we have a whole plethora of FOMCs, and of course, a tweet news events. So hope you have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy your week, and I'll see you next week. I'm out. See you.